What's up, my gorgeous geeks? It's Cashryn here with a brand new video, and it's been a while since my last video, so I thought we could talk about Guild Wars 2 classes post 2012. One of the biggest criticisms I hear about Guild Wars 2 and why I have the utmost respect for ArenaNet comes from the desire to innovate the genre. They didn't just make another Guild Wars 1 clone or a WoW clone, they decided to find ways to be creative with this genre. Love them or hate them, one thing you can't say about ArenaNet is that they don't aim to innovate. One way how they have found a way to slam the competition in innovation comes from the class system in the game. With the addition to the first expansion, Heart of Thorns, what we were given was the Revenant, which gave us our symmetrical class list. We have 3 light armor classes, 3 medium classes, and 3 heavy classes, for a total of 9 base classes, all of them just as unique as the next, in both the game and in flavor. However, that isn't the only thing that Heart of Thorns has given us. We have also been given something called the Elite Specialization, which essentially are advanced classes that you unlock over time. These advanced specializations are not just expanding onto the 9 classes themselves, but they feel like their own separate entities, with not only their own icons, but also the gameplay to them feels completely different from the base 9. Now, as far as I'm concerned, there are some that are very imaginative that they made. However, there are others that probably should have had a little bit more thought put into them before actually being released. But as a concept, what Elite Specializations have done is made this template for ArenaNet where they can make new classes without making a new class. As these are essentially based off of their base counterparts, each specialization feels familiar to the players, yet at the same time, it keeps the gameplay fresh. With all this said and done, we jump to 2017 with Expansion 2 Path of Fire being announced. With this has been some, well, eyebrows being raised, especially with the knowledge knowing that there isn't going to be a standalone new class coming out with the game. Yet, with that being said, you have 9 elite specs coming into the game as well. So, if I do my math right, which that's never been my strong point, that's 9 base classes, assuming that you bought Hot. On top of that, you're adding 9 elite specializations from Heart of Thorns, and then on top of that, you're also adding an extra 9 added elite specs from Path of Fire. Now, given that, if you bought all the content that the game has to offer, this gives a player an overall number of 27 classes to dick around with, 3 possible paths for each class. And that's really all I wanted to say about this topic. I want people to understand that just because there are only 9 classes in the game, there are way more things you could do with the classes, getting a lot more in-depth content with those classes. You have 27 characters to try out. If you really wanted to, you can make 27 characters all different from each other. That's something I want people to understand. It's not just 9 base classes, it's 27 choices that you can make. With that being said, guys, make sure to look at the description to find where you can buy a copy of Path of Fire, and as always, stay excellent to each other.